Oh man. The sun is going down here in Victoria Park right now in London, and it's a beautiful and very cold way to be filming this video. When you're talking to camera, do you ever find yourself talking to it like you're a presenter on a TV show, and then eventually get frustrated that you're not actually being yourself and you're just kind of just, your mouth is just moving and you're just saying things and it's not actually connecting with who you are, and it's not really, it doesn't feel like it's you, it doesn't feel free, it doesn't feel authentic and expressive, and instead you're just talking like this the whole time. I am just giving you information and that's all I'm doing. This can be really frustrating and it's very hard to break out of. It's really hard, especially if you're making the same kind of videos where you've always been a presenter. It can be a challenge to actually tap into being yourself and just put yourself across on camera slightly more authentically in a way that maybe your audience can connect with you slightly better. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to get out of that annoying presenter vibe, that presenter mode, and deliver your content, be yourself on camera authentically. So the tip number 1 is to talk about something in a way that makes you laugh, that makes yourself laugh. One of the best ways that we can really see who a person is or see who we are is when we have a sense of humor, when we're making ourselves laugh, when we're making other people laugh, when other people are making us laugh. Whenever we're laughing, smiling, having a good time, that is a really nice window into who we are. So whatever you're talking about, talk about it in a way that makes you laugh. Now, I don't mean you have to be like, hi guys, how's it going? You don't have to be like that. Instead, just find the humor in what you're talking about. Find the humor in what you're doing. Try and elevate your state a little bit. Be a bit more positive, be a bit more carefree, and just throw in a couple of jokes and amuse yourself more than anything. Get a bit of self-amusement going. Make this fun for yourself. And when you do that, it's really going to transmit to your audience and you're going to break out of that presenter mode just that little bit more. An example of this might be, let's say you're teaching people how to make videos, for example. So I might say, all right guys, so to make videos, you need to do 2 things. Number 1 is to focus on your composition, and number 2 is focus on your camera movement. Now these things are both really important and they link to each other. Instead of saying it like that, I could kind of see the humor in what I'm doing, right? I'm teaching people how to make videos. Videos can be annoying, they can be frustrating, they can be fun, they can be exciting, all right. Composition is something that is so important. It's more important in some ways than food and water when it comes to filmmaking. It's the bread and the butter of filmmaking. It's that thing that really just gets your audience feeling. That's what we want to do at the end of the day, right? We want to get our audience to feel something. So how can we make them feel? Composition. They look into our shots and it's like a window into their world. You see, that wasn't making myself laugh. I wasn't literally like trying to be a comedian and telling jokes, but I was just saying it in a way that makes me kind of amused. By doing that, you probably might have seen a bit more who I am and connected to me more personally rather than me just imparting information. Step or tip number 2 is to talk about something that makes your soul come alive. It's as simple as that. It can be quite frustrating and hard to be yourself when you're talking about stuff that you really don't care about. It's more of a challenge. So as an exercise, maybe if you're used to making videos about things that you're kind of, more or less you care about, try and make a video about something you really care about, that really gets you excited. So if you're getting slightly bored with your topic, just pivot slightly. So you could go from, let's say you're giving like solutions on how to fix plumbing. Maybe rather than doing that, maybe you could talk about the importance of DIY. So it's a subtle change. It's the same subject, but instead of saying you have to put this screw here and fix this tap in this way, you might take a step back and you'd be like, man, learning DIY has changed my life. Like DIY is such an awesome thing. It can feel so useful and helpful to do something with your hands. Talk about the meaning of something a bit more rather than the ins and outs of it. And it can really help you connect with who you are because you're exploring your why. And your why, your purpose, what drives you is such an important part of who you are. Tip number 3, the final tip. We're going to get a little bit more out there for a second, so bear with me. I sometimes like to do this exercise before talking to camera. If I'm not feeling myself, to help me get in touch with who I am and also who you are, is to do a little breathing thing where I'll sit up straight, put a timer on for a minute or two and breathe. So breathing in slowly, breathing out slowly. And rather than just breathing, put my hand on my heart. And what that helps me do is connect with emotion. So whatever I'm feeling in that moment, might be different for you. Might put your hand on your belly or something, but for me, and I think for most people, it's the heart. Put your hand there. And also think about who you're talking to. So sometimes I'll imagine my community of people on YouTube, the creative community of awesome people from around the world who just want to improve how they make films. They just want to improve how they talk to camera. They want to maximize the creativity in their life. I think about how that connects to me. Man, I want to do the same. And then by doing that, I can connect to my natural enthusiasm that I have to that thing. And I can talk from a place that literally, it kind of feels like I'm talking from my heart right now. So I can connect with you on the other side of this camera, because that's what this is all about. We're learning to talk to camera so we can connect to ourselves and connect to other people who are like-minded and who would like to connect with us. So try those things. Try making yourself laugh and self-amusing. Try talking about something that you're more passionate about or pivoting to an angle that you're more passionate about. And also try and connect with your emotion. Put your hand on your heart before you talk. Imagine who you're talking to. And just try and deliver from that place, focused on your emotion whilst you're talking. And I assure you that you will be much closer to talking from a place that's authentic, being you, and breaking out of that annoying presenter mode that we get stuck in so often. If you would like a free PDF with a bunch of tips and tricks on it, from the mindsets to the nitty-gritty ins and outs of talking to camera, then that is in the description below. You just type in your email and I will send you that free one-page PDF that you can print out and literally have beside you whilst you're talking to camera. Until next time, guys, keep talking to camera, keep filming. Bye-bye.